Welcome back. It is Tuesday, May 9th in the MLB. Our three favorite picks are on the way, and we have some Dinger Tuesday plays coming right up. I'm Austin, joined by Logan. You guys know us. If you are new, though, we're going to recap yesterday, as always, and it was a solid 2-1 day. Hey, nothing to complain about there. Should have been a 3-0 sweep. Logan can talk about his Orioles pick in a second. He had Orioles plus a half in the first five. No worse pain than losing a first five-run line 1-0. But either way, they had plenty of chances there. I had the over in the Royals and White Sox game. That was a no sweat bet. Then no one first inning does cash as well. And if that wasn't good enough for you guys, well, hey, the parlay of the day cash. So if you ever want to check out our parlays of the day, we do them every Monday through Friday. Top link in the description. Of course, we already have another one coming your guys' way. It's already live. Go check it out. Now, yesterday we did have a big announcement, and it's really big for Logan and I. We announced that we're live on Dub Club. So if you have no idea what Dub Club is, it just gives us access to do a premium Discord for you guys and helps us post our plays early, chat with you guys, answer questions, and all that sort of stuff. We do have our All-Stars. That's not changing for our YouTube members out there, but we do have this Dub Club. Logan and I are going to try to prioritize those people's comments and questions and give out some more leans and maybe some live bets and stuff like that. So if you want to join, it's less than $6 a month. It's right below the parlay of the day. You can go check it out there. But Logan, I need a bounce back out of you now that you can control it for the Orioles. Shout out Adley Rutschman. I know you hate him now. What do you got for the people today, though?
Yeah, Orioles had their chances, but you know what? That's just baseball. Ball did not bounce our way in that one. But we're going to bounce back today. We're going to the Twins game versus the Padres, and I'm taking them on the money line. Twins money line minus 115 odds on BetMGM's currently your best value in this one. Now, I don't normally back the Twins. They're one of those teams that I've told Austin they're such a disappointing team. They're like a mirage. Everyone feels so good picking them on the money line, and then they just lay an absolute egg. But today, I like their matchup against Michael Wacha, and honestly, they have a really good spot. If you're just kind of looking at the lines, the public is heavy on the Padres. So I don't feel bad fading the public on this one. I hate when they're on the Twins, though. I wouldn't touch it if they were. Now, Varland is starting for the Twins today. Let's talk about him first. 5.91 ERA and a 1.5 whip. Those numbers aren't great, but you know what? At the end of the day, the Padres offense is terrible on the road, right? They're only hitting 209 on the road, which is 28th in Major League Baseball and only 25th in OPS. Padres offense, actually, it's funny enough, these two teams are kind of like mirrors of each other, AL version, NL version, where they're just both inconsistent, right? Padres, one game will score, next game they'll get shut out, right? I think actually Varland is in line for a good start. He does get the swing and misses if you're looking at his game log. He's got some strikeout opportunities there. I expect him to actually be able to hold it down versus this Padres lineup. I don't expect him to, just host batting practice. But why I'm really targeting this one is because the Twins are facing Michael Wacha. He gets the start for the Padres. 5.46 ERA, 1.4 whip. Those numbers are kind of high. I mean, that whip is definitely flirting in the range that I'm like, I could see some trouble coming for Wacha. Wacha is also in the lower third of barrels per plate appearance percentage, meaning hitters are able to barrel up the ball more often against him. I've been exploring these hard hit percentages and barrel percentages and everything like that. And I'm just telling you, I've watched Michael Wacha a lot. Sometimes when you're watching him, you see the hitter hit the ball and you're just like, oh, that's an extra base hit, just because like he's not getting the swing and misses. And Minnesota has a ton of power in the lineup, 21 home runs at home this season. We know what the Twins are capable of doing, right? They're definitely a home run or bust type team, but I think they'll be able to get some home runs and extra base hits against Michael Wacha today. If you look at Wacha's last two starts, you'd say, okay, Logan, those are decent, 0 earned runs and 3 earned runs, but he's liable for a 5 earned run type game. I know what kind of pitcher he is. The last time I actually backed Wacha, it was in that 3 earned run game, and they ended up winning in Chicago. But I just know it wasn't pretty. It was one of those, like, I was like, ooh, the Cubs had their chances, but didn't close it out. Wacha isn't also getting strikeouts. He's only 3.53 Ks in his last 3 games. Strikeouts are a weakness for the Twins, right? They're 28th in strikeouts, but they should be putting the ball in play against Michael Wacha. At the end of the day, I just don't see the swing and misses there. And I think they'll actually be able to get some hits and runs up on him. I expect a bad performance for Wacha today. And Minnesota, 11th in bullpen ERA. San Diego, 19th in bullpen ERA. Advantage Minnesota there. At the end of the day, there's a lot of signs pointing in the factor that the home team, the Minnesota Twins, will get this done for us today. And I'm going to go ahead and roll with them for our first pick. Now, Austin did mention Dinger Tuesday. I want to talk about my Dinger Tuesday first before I toss it to him. I'm rolling with Will Smith of the Dodgers to hit a home run at plus 360 odds. Look, I kind of do like the Dodgers in that one. I think, them with Syndergaard, isn't a terrible pick today, but I think Lauer's very liable to get rocked. I think there's high scoring potential in this game. And if you're trying to take advantage of the Dinger Tuesday promo, you want some home run opportunities. I think both starting pitchers in that game do have some home run opportunities. So I think Will Smith is a really solid option there. But Austin, what you got for Dinger Tuesday?
Oh, yeah. I got another pick for the kids out there, and I got a good one. And I'm going to actually give you a little bit better value, Logan. Plus 360, that's not going to cut it for me. But I'm going to go to Luis Robert, and I'm taking him at plus 560 of the White Sox on the road to should get a couple more plate appearances. We obviously took the over in that game yesterday and going up against Jordan Lyles, a guy that's given up 2 home runs in 4 straight games. Robert's got 7 home runs on the year, gone 3 games without one. So it's not like I'm backing a guy that's hit a home run in like 1 or 2 straight games. I think he's got a good chance. Obviously, these are just, Dinger Tuesday plays. They're just for fun. You can check out the Dinger Tuesday promo on FanDuel if you want. But as for my regular play that we're going to put a unit on, it's going to be going to, if you guys looked at who's pitching today, you probably know where I'm going because I'm going to Athletics versus Yankees, taking the over 4.5 runs in the first 5 innings, currently minus 130 on FanDuel. Very rarely will you see myself or Logan really come out here and toss out a minus 130 play. We normally don't take a lot of juice, but I think this one's worth it. And if you maybe have a line that's at 5 that has push potential, don't mind it there. If you do go up to 5.5, maybe get a little bit of plus value there. Probably only play that in half a unit, but that's just up to me. Hopefully there's 8 runs in this first inning or first 5, and we can cash this no sweat bet. But like I said, if you looked at the slate, you'd see who's on the mound for the Yankees, and it's my man Clark Schmidt. We've been fading him all year long, been pretty profitable. But on the other side of the mound, well, not a guy that's been doing much better. Drew Rosinski, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, of the Athletics. He will start in. He's entering with a 7.71 ERA and a 2.25 whip. Now, look, I don't normally like to just say, all right, here's a high ERA, here's a high whip, take the over. That's not normally what I'd say. But this guy hasn't been really that great, only making 2 starts, both of them at home. Now he's going to go on the road. I don't see a lot of more success coming his way. He's given up 5 earned runs and 3 earned runs in those 2 starts. And 1 start, he allowed 11 hits. He said, all right, I got to dial it down. Let's not give up a bunch of hits. So he only gave up a couple hits the next game, but he walked 5 batters. That's not necessarily the recipe for success of an MLB pitcher, to be walking, giving free base runners. And while this Yankees team is down Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, they still have guys that are capable of putting the ball into the bleachers and also just getting those extra base hits and getting a hit parade, which are certainly capable of doing it against a guy like Drew Rosinski. Now, something I do like is that he is a righty. The Yankees, you wouldn't see me taking this if the Yankees were going up against the lefty. They've really struggled against lefties this season, but I think that we will see them get at least a couple runs up on Drew Rosinski. Like I said, he gave up 5 earned runs in one of his starts, so he can make this just all Yankees putting the team on their back. But on the other side, we're going to have our boy Clark Schmidt. And like I said, Clark Schmidt hasn't been great this year due to the injury to Carlos Rodon and other injuries for the Yankees starting pitchers. They've needed Clark Schmidt to step out there, and while I'm sure they wish they didn't have to, he's entering with a 5.83 ERA, 1.70 whip. Is coming off a decent start of 0 earned runs. There were 2 unearned runs in that game. That was against the Guardians when I took the Guardians on the money line. They ended up clutching up for us at the end of that game. But still, I look at this Guardians team, or not the Guardians, I look at this Athletics team. They're capable of getting home runs. They have capable batters in there. They had plenty of opportunities yesterday against Nestor Cortez. They had guys on their bases loaded with 0 outs. They just were only able to muster up 2 runs, 2 for 12 runners in scoring position. Certainly think they'll get some runs up on Schmidt. He's allowed 3 earned runs or more in 5 of his 7 starts. And the other 2 starts, like I said, 2 unearned runs when he gave up 0. And then 1 start, he had 3 unearned runs. So the Yankees defense hasn't been doing him a lot of help, giving up a home run in 5 of those 7 starts. Look, I think this A's team is certainly capable. We've seen them play a little bit of that. They can go out there and drop 5 runs randomly in an inning. They could certainly do it against Clark Schmidt. And while I'm not saying that the A's are going to carry this team, I just think there's a lot of run opportunities here. There's going to be a lot of base runners, in my opinion. It just comes down to, will they get the timely hits? Like we saw with the Orioles yesterday for Logan's pick. They had plenty of base runners against Shane McClanahan, just could not get it done. They're going to have base runners here in this game against Drew Rosinski and Clark Schmidt. It's just whether or not we can get these guys around on the home base. I certainly think it's possible. Give me the over 4.5 in the first 5 innings. But Logan, I reckon you know what time it is. But first, the kids need the music, and we need to get rocking and rolling. We're waving the flags because there's no run first inning time in NRFI Nation. We cashed out yesterday. Let's make it a 2 straight streak, and I'm feeling good about the one we got today. It's going to be the latest game on the slate. If you don't know what that is, well, allow me to tell you what game it is, because it is going to be the Nationals versus Giants, taking the no-run first inning, which is currently minus 115 on Bet365. Now, as we talked about, you would take the under 0.5 runs in the first inning. That's no-run first inning. If you want to take the tie and pay the juice, don't suggest doing that, because I don't think it's worth it long-term, but it's up to you guys. It's your guys' bankroll. Now, I'd personally play this about minus 130. It is minus 136 on FanDuel, which is quite a juice to pay. if that's maybe the only line you have, the only book you have, if you want to ride with us, you're certainly welcome doing so. Now, Logan Webb's going to start for the Giants, and he had a rough start to the year, but he's been dialed in lately. 4-3 on no on first innings. He has NRFI'd in 4 straight starts. Like I said, was 0-3 to start the year, but he's dialed it back in, and we're looking at a Nationals team that they came out guns a-blazing yesterday. They scored 5 runs in the first inning on Anthony Desclafani, and then they didn't score a single run the rest of the game. And obviously the 5 runs did in the Giants. They lost 5-1. I imagine Webb comes in here with a different game plan, and I think he's going to be able to dial it down. The Nationals are 8th in first inning runs. And if you look at that, you're like, oh, dang, this is a decent first inning run offense. Well, 5 runs in the first 1 inning is going to definitely help your numbers. I think prior to yesterday, they're right around like the 16 to 17 mark. So they jumped nearly 8 to 9 spots just by one day. I think that Logan Webb can get us those first 3 outs. What about the other side, Logan?
Yeah, I got a guy no one likes, right? Patrick Corbin starting for the Nationals. And now everyone's going to say, oh, bro, he sucks, right? But you know what? He's actually decent in the first inning. He's 4-1 on Nerfies this year, and that's all I care about. Patrick Corbin could go host batting practice in the second inning. Don't care, right? But he's been good in the first inning. The Giants are 11th in first inning runs. Haven't scored a first inning run in a hot minute, knock on wood. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think Patrick Corbin, if he's able to get the soft contact, ground balls going, I think we should be in a solid showing for Corbin. The over-under set to 8, which leads me to believe that there aren't going to be a ton of run opportunities early in this game. I think these 2 pitchers actually have a really good chance of getting the 3 outs we need. And the other one I was sort of kind of looking at for a minute, I was considering running back the Diamondbacks versus Marlins Nerfy. I was like, oh yeah, that one was easy. But no, that one doesn't look right. Okay, it's only like minus 102 odds or something on FanDuel. Yeah, FanDuel's usually the telling book on that one. I think this one is a little bit more safer. It's some late night sweat. I'm gonna go to bed with my heart still pounding through my chest probably. But Nerfy Nation, let's cash it.
Yeah, let's wave the flags. It is worth noting that the Giants are 24th in batting average versus lefties. You see Patrick Corbin is lefty. So I certainly think it's capable. We can get those 6 outs. We've seen worse pitchers get 6 outs before. So we'll take that no on first inning. We'll take the Twins on the money line, and we'll take the Athletics and Yankees over 4.5 in the first 5. A reminder, if you want to check out our parlay of the day, live, it's top link in the description. If you want to join our Dub Club or Discord, you can chat with Logan and I, sweat out the Nerfies live with us in case we're not on stream. You can also join that also right below that parlay of the day. Let's have a great day, Logan. Let's bring up the brooms, and we'll see you guys back in tomorrow for some more Wednesday picks.